Hello, Steve Fletcher here, and welcome to this month's Vinyl Corner. I'm having to kind of split this Vinyl Corner between March and April, so this is kind of the March and April Vinyl Corner. When I did the February Vinyl Corner, which you can view up there, I said, March is going to be a good one, and it was a good one. I've made a very exciting purchase in March, which I'm going to get to. April, however, has sucked because you might be able to hear I'm still a little bit scratchy. I had the Easter holidays off of YouTube, but then came back to some seriously nasty thing. I certainly had norovirus, so vomiting and stuff. So it's been a really horrible 2 weeks. Lost my voice, could not speak beyond a whisper. So yeah, it's just been pants. However, I did promise it was going to be a good one, and it is. In March, dun dun dun, drum roll please. Oh my good God, it's heavy. I bought this black box. Now, those of you who know me know that I am Pink Floyd's biggest loser. I adore and love Pink Floyd. 2, or B, I am a sucker for a box set. Now, in March, it probably didn't escape your attention, the greatest album that was ever released by anyone ever, this great piece of art called Dark Side of the Moon, celebrated its 50th birthday, and as Pink Floyd do, they released this box set, which I'm going to get to. As Pink Floyd also do with their box sets, they made it ridiculously expensive for pretty much nothing that you don't own already. But because I'm such a sucker for a box set, I think I'm going to have to buy my copy of Dark Side of the Moon. I actually bought the 21st anniversary Dark Side of the Moon vinyl in 1994. One of the first vinyls I ever bought with my own money, actually. So obviously by now that is getting rather tired, and so I thought it would make sense for me to upgrade that vinyl to the 50th anniversary. So I was going to buy that anyway. I was going to buy the Dark Side of the Moon vinyl anyway. Again, I did think to myself, you're going to buy the Empire Pool. You know you are. There's a few singles and stuff in here and posters and stuff, so just a few collectible things. Plus, like I say, I am a sucker for a box set. So I did think to myself, no, it's probably not actually, you're not getting anything new from this, but it will satisfy my need to get the album, my need to get the new live album, there it is, and also my need to have a box set. So enough waffle, let's dive into it. It is huge. My first big complaint with it is it's huge, it's heavy. This box will not fit in a vinyl box. It's huge. So that's a bit of a letdown. Packaging wise, it looks really cool. So we've got this front. There we go. Yes, I've kept the sticker. So the first thing that you get when you open it up is this lovely book, the 50th anniversary of Dark Side of the Moon book, which is full of some behind the scenes photos from back in the day. It's a lovely thing to have, but it is literally just photos. There's no behind the scenes or anything, mostly culled from sort of 74, and that's a really lovely shot. And a list of shows on what they're sort of renaming as the Dark Side of the Moon tour, which it never was. There never was a Dark Side of the Moon branded tour because Pink Floyd didn't do such things. They just went from show to show playing the current and old songs. It wasn't until Animals came out that they did an officially branded tour. Then we get to box within a box. So take the lid off of that. Nice little prism there. So we get, and again, this was something that I really did want. I used to have this back in the day. I don't know what happened to it, but it's the sheet music for Dark Side of the Moon. And again, for those of you who are following me, my guitar videos, I am currently uploading Dark Side of the Moon in its sort of entirety, the guitar parts, which again you can see right there. I'll put the playlist to that because I'm still uploading it as I speak now. I'm still uploading it, but in the future I will have obviously uploaded the whole thing. So the playlist is right there. So I thought this is going to be quite handy actually for some of those more Rick Wrightian chords that I can't quite figure out on the guitar, or those over chords, etc. This is the invite. A copy of the invite for the Pink Floyd at the Planetarium. This was the sort of world premiere of Dark Side of the Moon, which Pink Floyd themselves did not appear at. It was just sort of like the press screening, I suppose you could say, for Dark Side of the Moon. So that is all of that. That all comes in this nice little sleeve within your box. So it kind of all sits in there quite nicely in the box that doesn't fit in your vinyl rack. So then what we've got is the CDs and the Blu-rays. And again, DVD, CD is something that I'm finding to be more and more of a dead technology. I do love me a nice Blu-ray though. So we've got these sort of extra mixers on there. That's it. They're lovely. So that's probably the only thing that I find a bit superfluous is the CDs these days. Who doesn't stream nowadays? So we've got retro copies of the singles, and again, if I saw these, I would buy these. So I might as well get them. So we've got first single is obviously Money, backed with Any Colour You Like. A lot of thought has been put into the packaging rather than the content, I think. And then we've got Time, backed with Us and Them, or maybe the other way around, in those as well. And then we get to yet another box within the box. It's like a Russian doll, this box set. It just keeps on going. So then we've got this one. And within this, we've got the actual meat and two veg of the box set. 50th anniversary. It's not remixed, it's been remastered. Why they haven't remixed it, I don't know. Maybe they just thought it was just too much of a dangerous endeavour to try and remix something that is so iconic. I don't know. I mean, I have to say, the Animals remix that was released recently, is absolutely phenomenal. And I did an unboxing of that box set again, which is there, it's just absolutely brilliant, the remix. So there is, and Animals is my personal favourite Pink Floyd album, so I always thought, well, you can't mess with that. But they did, and it's phenomenally good. So, they could have probably put some effort in to remixing this, but they did not. So who knows what was going on there. But yes, it is, there it is, sort of recreated in full. You've got the vinyl disc, which won't come out. I'm going to leave that. You've got the vinyl disc there, and you've also got reproduction posters. Posters is a thing that bugs me a little bit in that why can't they roll them and put them in a little tube? Because what you end up with is creases on your posters. So they are, unless you're sort of 14 years old and don't care about blue tack and creases, I like to frame them and put them in nice things. But there it is anyway. This one's not too bad because what they've endeavoured to do is hide the creases a little bit, but it doesn't really work. So yeah, that's another great one. Might see if we can iron those out. I doubt that I can. And then we've got this. And again, this is the recording of Dark Side of the Moon at Wembley Empire Pool in 1974. And again, sticking with Pink Floyd's long-held tradition of why release full concerts when we can release edited concerts, it is only one half of the concert. The rest of the concert was also fully recorded. What you've got on the other half is Raving and Drooling, You Gotta Be Crazy, Shine On You Crazy Diamond, and the encore of Echoes, none of which is on here. Why the hell not? I do not know. It's already been released when they did the Immersions and Discovery box sets and stuff quite a few years ago. All that stuff was released, so why do they hold it back now just to annoy people? I don't know. And like Echoes was released, so they released Raving and Drooling. Basically, what they did is they released the first half in the Wish You Were Here set of the Immersions stuff, and they released Dark Side of the Moon with the Dark Side of the Moon immersion stuff. They didn't release Echoes in any form until the later years box set, when it was included in that. The early years box set, when it was included on that. But why they don't just release the whole thing as a concert, I do not know. I don't know what goes on in their brains sometimes. It's my real big bugbear with Floyd, being a Floyd fan, is their editing of concerts. It bugs me to death. It really does. But anyway, there you go. So yes, there it is, the full opening of the Dark Side of the Moon 50th anniversary box set. Am I glad I've got it? Yes, I am. Is it really worth buying? No, it's probably not. But that is me. I do moan about the box sets, but I do keep on buying them. So I kind of stuck in a stupid little vicious cycle there, really, aren't I? So, as I always do in my vinyl corners, is I dedicate a portion to what I've bought new versus what I've already got in my collection, and I'm going down that in alphabetical order. I thought I'd stick with the box sets for this one because I found this a few years ago. I absolutely love this. Don't judge me. I won't be judged, actually. I'm not sorry. I'm not guilty. I'm not sorry that I love this band. I think they're brilliant. They're great at what they do. They are a real people, really do give them a hard time. I really don't know why. People love them. They are great at what they do. They put on brilliant live shows, etc., etc. But if you don't like this band, feel free to turn off now. It is COLDPLAY. This is the box set, and I love this concert. I watch it quite regularly. This is a box set of the Head Full of Dreams tour. So what you get with it is you get the Head Full of Dreams album, and you get the live DVD of Live in Sao Paulo from the same tour. But then you get the vinyl. I'm going to post a picture, which will maybe be swiping in at any moment, of how good these vinyls look in the light. You get these lovely gold vinyl, which are absolutely fantastic. And God bless them, Pink Floyd, take note, they have released the whole concert. You get three vinyls of the concert. It's not Sao Paulo, which is what the DVD is. It's Buenos Aires. I apologise for my pronunciation. But it's great. It's a great box set. Just the vinyl, the thing. And it wasn't overly bright. I think I actually, trying to remember where I found it. I might have bought it off eBay, but I might have found it in a charity shop. It might have been one of those Oxfam Music and Books charity shops. I can't quite remember, but I don't think I spent a lot of money on it. It's probably about 60 quid, I think, in my head. I don't know how much it was new. But for a CD, a DVD, and 3 vinyls in a nice cool box, I thought was actually pretty darn good. Yeah, I don't understand where people come from with Coldplay. Yeah, they've released some. They did have a massive change in their musical output, and in fact, they continue to have a massive change in their musical output. So they do release a lot of very different sounding albums. You know, so the first sort of couple of albums were very of their era, not quite Britpoppy, but they were sort of that, you know, late 90s, early noughties kind of sound. And then they had this massive change with Viva La Vida, and went very pop with things like Milo Xyloto and Head Full of Dreams as well. But I don't mind it at all. I think it's their albums of just complete and total joy. I love listening to them. And I don't even care if you think I'm losing any street cred that I don't really think I had anyway. So I don't see the problem with Coldplay. It's kind of just become a thing, like saying Status Quo only use 3 chords. Like it's a derogatory thing. Oh, you like Coldplay? It's like, yeah. It doesn't seem to be any follow-up answer to that, you know. But anyway, there you go. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry I've been absent for such a long time, although by the time you're watching this, it probably won't make any difference whatsoever. I will be getting back to normal service as soon as possible. I will be uploading Money by Pink Floyd very, very soon, and getting on with the rest of my life. So we'll see you next time, boys and girls. All the best. Bye-bye.